To install the engine, begin by lowering it about halfway into the hull. Connect the starter cable. Connect the main battery ground connection. Connect the cooling hoses to the exhaust manifold. Lower the engine completely down onto the engine mounts. Install the 3 engine mount bolts. Connect the hoses from the ride shoe heat exchanger. Follow the correct procedure to install the intake manifold. Connect the hull wiring harness to the engine. Connect and tighten the ground connections at the front of the engine. Reconnect the fuel line to the end of the fuel rail. To align the engine, install the alignment shaft support and engine alignment plate. Insert the engine alignment shaft into the engine alignment adapter. Trace 2 lines on the alignment shaft, one at 739 mm and the other at 742 mm. Remove the floating ring and the carbon seal bellows. Install the alignment shaft adapter into the PTO. Insert the alignment shaft into the alignment support. Slide the alignment shaft up to the alignment adapter. If the shaft and adapter don't align, change the position of the engine by either adding or removing shims to all 3 mounts or moving the mount position. The first thing to check for proper alignment is that the alignment shaft fits into the alignment adapter smoothly and evenly with no binding. Next, ensure that only one of the marked lines on the alignment shaft is visible at the alignment shaft support end. If 2 lines are visible, the engine is too far to the rear and must be repositioned toward the front of the vessel. Once the engine is aligned, remove the alignment plate. Remove the alignment adapter. Reinstall the floating ring. Reinstall and clamp the carbon seal bellows. Remove all 3 stick coils and spark plugs, as the engine must be turned over during driveshaft installation. Before inserting the driveshaft, apply Loctite 577 to the threads of the impeller shaft. Insert the shaft through the hull and engage it into the PTO. Install the driveshaft wrench onto the flats of the floating ring. The driveshaft wrench must be held to keep the floating ring in position as the driveshaft and engine are being turned. Using the driveshaft adapter in a breaker bar, turn the driveshaft counterclockwise as the threads are left-handed. Turn the driveshaft a full 8 turns in order to completely engage it into the floating ring. Reinstall the spark plugs and stick coils. Follow the correct procedure to reinstall the jet pump. Install the muffler retaining clamp. Slip the muffler into position into the clamp. Tighten the clamp. Reattach the muffler strap. Reinstall the supercharger outlet hose and clamp. Reinstall the inlet air hose to the throttle actuator. Tighten the clamp. Follow the correct procedure to install the air silencer. To install the deck extension, first inspect the seal on the bottom. Fit the coolant reservoir and the air intake vent tube into position in the extension. Install the bolts through the deck extension into the hull. Fit the bolts into the coolant reservoir and air intake tube. Reattach the engine cover. Finally, connect the negative battery terminal.